Welcome to the Retire with Peace podcast, the podcast where we help you create a fulfilling and stress-free retirement. Each week, we bring you expert advice, practical tips, and inspiring stories to help you plan and live your best retirement life. Whether you're nearing retirement or already enjoying your golden years, this podcast is here to support you every step of the way. Let's embark on this journey together and discover how to retire with peace.
Welcome back to the Retire with Peace podcast. As always, I'm your host, Dave Zaegel. Today's episode is brought to you by CWOs for Hire, which is our financial planning firm that focuses on retirement and tax planning. We are in the season of bringing on new clients. That doesn't happen year-round because that would be a mess. But we are in the season of bringing on new clients. So if you are looking for help with your retirement planning, please feel free to reach out to us at cwosforhire.com. Today, let's talk about supplements and whether or not supplements are worth it. We're starting to wrap up a long series in being healthy because that certainly applies to a good quality retirement in terms of retiring with peace and being able to be happy. It's not just about how long you live, it's about the quality of life. So we wanted to focus on health, and we've talked about a lot of different topics already. Everything from exercise to water to eating protein, which are some key pillars to good health. But oftentimes I'll get asked about supplements and what's good, what's bad, what's worth it, what's not. So I am not a doctor. I am not even a supplements expert per se, but I have looked into it quite a bit and been around many people and read a lot of research on supplements. So I can offer my thoughts on that topic, which is generally to keep it simple. There's tons of supplements out there, and a lot of them are not very well studied, or perhaps the studies that were done on them weren't that amazing. And please, I am not here to bash supplements because some of them might be amazing. We just don't really know yet, and we don't really know what the long-term side effects of some of them will be. So if you're going to take some supplements, fine. Just my advice would be to be careful with them and to really look into what you're taking and how much you're taking before you get too far into it. But there are some options that are perfectly safe, and we'll go over all those. I just want to throw out caution right away to say there's a lot of promises that are made, a lot of advertising that's made that might work, and we hear a lot of anecdotal evidence of it working in certain cases. But it may not work for everybody in the manner that it's advertised, which is okay. So it's not a good or bad, right or wrong. There's just a lot of question marks around these items. So just make sure that you know what you're taking and that you are careful with it. Now, certainly if a doctor recommends something, if they say you need a fiber supplement or you need something to supplement your iron or a vitamin D supplement, things like that. If the doctor's recommending that you take a particular supplement for a deficiency that they are seeing in your blood system or whatever, by all means, take those. Don't freak out and say, "Oh, I can't take those." Forget it. Dave said that supplements are dangerous. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying be careful. But certainly, if a doctor is prescribing a basic supplement for you, by all means, listen to your doctor. Multivitamins, that's an interesting one. So I take multivitamins. There's been a lot of studies showing that perhaps vitamins have limited to no benefit. At the same time, these studies are showing that there's not much downside. So even a lot of doctors will acknowledge that there are studies out there showing that there's little to no benefit potentially, but it's still worth recommending doing because there's not much harm in doing them. So multivitamins are an interesting one. You'll get some that'll say, "Oh yeah, there's definitely take them. There's a lot of benefit." You'll hear some that say completely worthless. I haven't heard a lot of discussion at all, except for a few random instances where people will say it's harmful. I doubt that it's harmful. Again, not an expert on this one, but I would say multivitamins are probably safe to take. And it might help from what the research has shown. Even if there's not a huge help to multivitamin, there might be a particular vitamin that you need out of that's helping to supplement. Even if you don't know it, even if your doctor hasn't prescribed it, there might be something in there that will help you because you need it more, even if it hasn't been diagnosed yet. So in the world of supplements, I would say multivitamins are A-okay to take just because there's not a lot of downside risk that we are aware of yet. Even if the benefit isn't massive, there might be some benefit and very little risk. And in the planning and investment world, we love things that have no risk and at least some benefit. So good thing, certainly worth at least looking into. If you don't want to take one, fine. But if you're looking for supplements to help, multivitamin can't hurt. Probably the one supplement that has been studied quite a bit for a long time and been shown to have some benefits is creatine. And I know for a long time, it kind of had this scary thing around it where people weren't sure if it would be okay. Some people's body don't react to it very well. It can cause some stomach issues if you're not used to it. I've been taking it for a while now, and when I started at a lower dose and worked my way up. But creatine has been shown for a long time to be very safe, have a lot of benefits in terms of building lean muscle, which is certainly helpful. So along with your exercise and your protein, if you can add some creatine in with that, that's certainly going to be helpful. Obviously, don't go bananas with it. When you buy creatine, it's going to give you a scoop in that bottle that's the proper dosage. There's no need or benefit to try to double or triple that. In fact, if you have too much creatine, you're probably just going to pee it right out of your system. So don't waste your money. So it's safe to use. It's been shown to have a lot of benefits. Again, some people have recorded some stomach issues with it. Nothing like seriously bad, just it didn't agree with them, which is fine. But that is certainly one supplement that you can use to help build lean body mass as you exercise, which is important as we age, to keep that lean body mass and not be losing it over time. And we talked about the need for protein and exercise and why muscles are important in previous episodes, so I won't rehash that. But in terms of supplements, overall, the message is to be careful. Some are good, some are bad. A lot of it's just unproven. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just not as proven or as studied yet. Multivitamins, fine, not a must-have. But creatine's also one that has been studied for a while and probably be good to use. So in all, I know this is not an overly scientific episode, but I get asked about supplements a lot. In most cases, I say don't waste your money unless there's something specific that you are looking for and you can understand what it is that you are taking. And multivitamins, they're not going to be likely harmful to you, so they're safe to take. And creatine, again, has been studied for a long time and is good to help build lean muscle mass as long as you're keeping it, taking it consistently. And your body produces creatine. This is a normal, natural substance that your body is already producing. The creatine supplement is just there to help enhance it. And again, if you take too much, it's just going to come right out of your system anyway, unless you do something insane. So that's the overall vision on supplements, is not to stress out about or worry about them too much. That shouldn't really be the focus of how to get healthy. It is there as a supplement. It is there as a potential help for you. But we still need to stick with the pillars of exercise, protein, sleep, water. Stick with that first. Then if you want to look at supplements, you can do so and be careful with it. But supplements are not going to magically take care of all your health issues. We need to move, we need to exercise, need to drink our water, eat our protein, get our sleep. Focus on those things first. Then if you want to get into some supplements, look into that and make sure that you know what you're doing and know what you're taking. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. I really appreciate your support and hope you found value in the conversation. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Your feedback helps keep the show growing. Until next time, take care and stay strong as we learn to retire with peace.